She doesn't know why she's looking at you. You didn't try to get her attention. You didn't smile. You didn't speak louder. You didn't perform. You didn't even look her way. And yet something inside her pulled toward you. Not a thought, not a decision, a feeling. Her body noticed before her mind could explain it. Her nervous system reacted before logic arrived. It wasn't your clothes. It wasn't your haircut. It wasn't your body. It wasn't money. It wasn't status. It was something quieter, something deeper, something older. It was your energy. Most men don't understand this. They think attraction is about doing more, talking more, trying harder, showing off, chasing. But real attraction doesn't respond to noise. It responds to presence. And presence comes from power that is not leaking. A man who wastes his energy every day doesn't notice the loss at first. It feels normal, comfortable, accepted. Scrolling late at night, feeding the eyes, feeding the mind, chasing stimulation, chasing release. But every time he gives in, something leaves him. Not just fluid, not just biology. Focus, drive, sharpness, confidence. His energy becomes scattered, pulled in 10 directions, never fully here, never fully grounded. His eyes lose weight. His voice loses depth. His presence loses gravity. He may still talk, still joke, still smile. But people feel something missing. Women feel it immediately. Not consciously, not with words. They just feel that he's safe but forgettable, nice but invisible, available but not magnetic. Because energy speaks louder than effort. Now compare that to a man who stops giving himself away. A man who chooses restraint. Not because he's afraid, not because he's weak, but because he understands value. He stops leaking energy. He stops feeding impulses. He stops living on automatic. At first, the change is uncomfortable. Louder. The mind tries to negotiate. The body asks for old habits. This is where most men quit. But the man who stays, the man who holds, the man who does not escape, something begins to shift. His thoughts slow down. His focus sharpens. His body feels heavier in a good way, more solid, more present. He doesn't rush. He doesn't fidget. He doesn't overthink. Eye contact becomes natural, not forced, not intense, just calm. His voice settles. His posture opens. His breathing deepens. And slowly an invisible field forms around him. This is what people call the semen retention aura. Not magic, not fantasy. It's collected energy. Energy that is no longer wasted. Energy that is no longer leaking. Energy that now circulates through the body. The body repairs. The mind clears. The nervous system stabilizes. Women feel this immediately. They don't know why. They don't need to know why. Their intuition picks it up. They feel grounded around you, curious around you, safe and excited at the same time. You don't chase. You don't impress. You don't explain, and that creates tension. Healthy tension. Because most men give attention freely. They stare. They compliment. They pursue. Your attention is calm, rare, unrushed. And rarity creates value. A woman may sit near you, laugh more, open up, test you without understanding what pulled her there. She just knows she feels something different. That's the aura. It's silent. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't beg to be noticed. It just is. People start treating you differently. Strangers speak to you with more respect. Conversations feel smoother. Opportunities appear faster. Not because you changed your personality, but because your energy is now whole. You are no longer divided. Around the first few weeks, you feel clearer, more stable, less reactive. Around the first month, confidence stops being forced, quiet. Around the second month, you notice you're harder to manipulate. You say no without guilt. You protect your time. Around the third month, your old self feels distant, like someone you used to know. Your standards rise. Your walk changes. Your stillness deepens. You don't feel the need to prove anything, and that is dangerous in the best way. Because a man who doesn't need validation cannot be controlled. Your aura begins to speak before you do. It says, this man is focused. This man is disciplined. This man does not waste himself. Some women will be deeply attracted to this. Others will feel challenged by it. Both reactions mean the same thing. Your energy is strong. You don't flatter, you don't chase, you don't collapse into desire. Your restraint becomes the attraction, not because you deny life, but because you respect it. This path isn't about women. Women are just a reflection. This path is about mastery. Every day you retain, you choose purpose over impulse, power over pleasure, growth over comfort. And that choice repeats and repeats and repeats until it becomes who you are. You don't need to talk about it. You don't need to explain. You don't need to convince anyone. Just walk. Just be. Just live from that collected state. The world adjusts. People feel it. Women feel it. Life responds to it. Your silence becomes loud. Your presence becomes heavy. Your energy becomes undeniable. You didn't chase. You didn't beg. You didn't perform. You mastered yourself. And that is the most attractive thing a man can ever do. And the deeper you stay on this path, the more you realize something important. This energy isn't loud. It doesn't need attention. It doesn't rush. It waits. While the world moves fast, consumes fast, desires fast, you move slow, intentional, rooted. And that contrast alone separates you. Most men are tired even when they rest. Their nervous system never shuts off. Their mind is always pulled outward, chasing images, chasing validation, chasing stimulation. But when you retain, your energy turns inward. It starts to stack, layer by layer. Your mind becomes quieter, not empty, focused. You don't feel bored, you feel present. You begin to enjoy silence, not because nothing is happening, but because everything is happening inside. This is why your presence becomes powerful, because you are no longer leaking into the world. The world starts leaning toward you. People listen when you speak, even if you speak less. You choose words carefully, and when you speak, they land. Your body language changes without effort. You sit firmly, you stand grounded, you move with purpose. Women notice this before anyone else because they are sensitive to emotional and energetic shifts. They feel calm around you, yet alert. They feel seen without being chased, desired without being pressured. And this creates a pull that logic cannot explain. Some will try to get your attention. Some will test your boundaries. Some will open up quickly. But you remain centered, because this path teaches you something rare: self-control. And self-control creates self-respect. You don't need to rush into connection. You don't need to fill silence. You don't need to impress. Your restraint does the talking. This is why your eyes feel different: clear, steady, alive. This is why your face looks sharper, your skin brighter, your posture stronger. It's not magic. It's regulation. Your body is no longer drained. It's nourished. Your hormones stabilize. Your nervous system relaxes. Your confidence becomes natural. And when confidence is natural, it's impossible to fake. This is the version of masculinity that doesn't shout. It doesn't dominate. It doesn't beg. It leads. Everything. You stop taking things personally. You stop wasting emotional energy, and that alone changes how life treats you. Challenges don't disappear, but you face them differently. You don't collapse under pressure. You don't escape into pleasure. You stay, and staying is power. Most men avoid discomfort. You learn to sit with it, and through that, you grow. Your goals become clearer, not because you forced motivation, but because distraction faded. You protect your time, you protect your focus, you don't let anyone pull you off center, and that makes you rare, because discipline is rare, stillness is rare, presence is rare. This is why your aura becomes noticeable. It's not something you project, it's something you contain like a fire behind glass. People feel it, but they can't touch it. Women feel drawn, but they also feel respect. They sense that you are not here to take, you are here to build. And that creates trust. Trust creates attraction. Attraction creates tension. Tension creates curiosity, all without effort. You no longer need to announce who you are. Your energy introduces you. You walk into a room and people feel a shift. Not because you demand attention, but because you carry weight. You don't rush conversations. You let others reveal themselves. You listen. You observe. And this makes you powerful, because awareness beats impulse every time. The longer you retain, the more your identity stabilizes. You stop chasing trends, stop copying others, stop comparing. You become comfortable being alone, and that is freedom. Because a man who is comfortable alone is never desperate, and desperation is what repels, while calm confidence attracts. This path is not easy, but it is simple. Resist what weakens you. Choose what builds you, day by day, moment by moment. You don't need perfection, just consistency. Creates momentum. Soon you realize you are no longer fighting urges. They have lost their grip. Your mind is no longer noisy. Your body is no longer restless. You feel whole, and wholeness is attractive, not just to women, but to life. Opportunities align. People support you. Luck seems to follow you, not because the universe owes you, but because you are aligned. Your actions match your values. Your energy matches your goals. And that coherence creates power. This is the real reward of semen retention. Not attention, not attraction, but mastery. Mastery over yourself, your impulses, your reactions. And once you master yourself, everything else becomes easier. You don't need to force anything. You allow things to come. You move forward calm, focused, unshakable. And whether the world understands it or not, they will feel it. Your presence will speak. Your silence will command. And without saying a word, you will stand apart. Because you chose discipline. You chose restraint. You chose growth. And that choice repeated daily becomes your aura. Quiet, strong, undeniable.